Hello and welcome to the Quarter 3 Show. My name is Alex.
My name's Ross.
My name is Zach.
And we've got some new equipment here for those watching on YouTube. For those on iTunes, I'm sorry you can't see these beautiful new mic stands, but they are pretty sweet and they have our logo on them and we feel pretty good about it. But we don't feel pretty good about the Pacers right now. It's Wednesday evening. They're currently playing the Cavaliers. It's 30-28 in the first quarter, but who knows how that one will end up.
2 points.
But of recent, we have lost our last 4 games, and that 7-game winning streak doesn't feel that happened anytime recently.
Was that last year? Feels like it.
Feels like it. We had one of the best records in 2017 before that 4-game winning streak, a losing streak. I wish it was a 4-game winning streak. Thoughts?
Not really.
We've got the All-Star break coming up, so
Thank
we have some
goodness.
time to take a step back and
Get healthy, Thad Young.
Yeah, and think about where the team's at, and who knows what moves will be made. We don't really have to go through, I guess, every game.
We beat the Thunder, then we went on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, we beat the Thunder, good win, and then this happened.
The Thunder gave us our 7-game win streak. Which we're feeling good at that.
That was a good winning streak, but we knew, I think we talked about it last time we were on the pod, that the schedule was going to get tough, and when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And the Pacers don't seem to be that tough right now.
No, they continue their problem of leaving perimeter guys open on the kickout.
Is that a problem?
Cavs game, for instance, Mr. Korver had
Let's talk about
8
that. I guess
threes.
let's break down that game a little
That's
bit.
that one I want to mention. And then the Bucks game, because that made me frustrated. But the Cavs game, Korver, 29 points, 8 from 9 from 3. Felt like he was open every time.
Yeah. And I think, did we watch this game? Or I don't know. I think we were just texting during this game.
We were texting
during this game, and we were just saying,
I was watching it.
How does Glenn just not smother this guy? I mean, how do you not just allow him? How can you not, as a coach, go into a timeout and say, I don't care. No help, no recover. I was gonna say that's the basketball term there.
I've never played high school or college or anything like that. You can maybe speak to this, but I would feel like after 3 or 4 in a row, you'd be like, I don't care who's driving past you. I want you 2 feet from this guy the whole time. He's red hot. He's going to hit it.
Yeah.
Especially Monte.
That doesn't happen as much in the NBA as you would think. It happens all the time in college. And if a guy hits 3 or 4 in a row, they'll say, no help, no recover on this guy.
Pat Riley, take away his airspace.
But in the NBA, it's kind of like, man, I don't want to give this guy all the respect in the world by going no help, no recover. But I mean, that's how you lose a game. If we cover him and just shore up some of the defensive issues, we win that game. We scored 117 points.
Yeah.
Plenty of points.
Well, it started off good. They were playing great.
That first quarter was amazing.
First quarter we're thinking, we got this. And then it's like, holy crap, we suck.
That opening to the third quarter.
Oh, my gosh. It was like every time Kyle Korver was open for 3 and you're standing there like, who's guarding him, Glenn Robinson or Monte Ellis? That's one of the two.
Opening the third quarter is that alley-oop and then the steal in the inbound.
Monte Ellis is a good defender?
Oh, he's great. He's my fave. But
sarcasm.
You sure?
No, he's so bad. I think I tweet about him every game. I think it's a habit.
Let's just give you a recap of Zach's. Monte Ellis sucks. The Pacers suck. We all suck. We suck. We suck.
How many times did we say suck in that?
I don't know.
Or he said suck. I didn't endorse that in any way. I just thought it was hilarious. Yeah. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good in any way. The Kyle Korver show. I like that. Kyle Korver
That's
show.
what it felt like. I mean, LeBron had his solid and Kyrie had it like you expect them, but then Kyle Korver has nearly 30 points.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
TJ Miles had an excellent first half. We just have to figure out ways to keep guys going. Because Glenn will have a game here. Last game he had 0 points, and then I think it was against or somewhere in that 7-game winning streak he had a night of 14, didn't miss a shot from the field, and 7 rebounds. And then he goes the next night has 0 points and 2 rebounds. We have to find some consistency with this team because, Paul George isn't getting 30 a night right now. He's close, but I mean he's not 30 points a night. Turner isn't 20 and 10. So until your stars provide that all-star level consistency, and the other guys just to play average.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. And that carried over because we've been talking about this inconsistency all year, and then it carried over to the Wizards game where they lost that one. Mm-hmm. Inconsistent in that one. I feel like most of we lost 112-107 to the Wizards, close to the fourth quarter, but then they fall apart. Indy Star had an article, and it said Pacers, where your stars don't show up or something like that. And it's like
Nate Taylor trying to get attention.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But still, it's like it is a common thing.
Yeah.
That they're very inconsistent, and then it's another thing. Like this game, it was 30 free throws to 15 for Indiana.
Yeah.
It's like Paul George goes in the lane, he gets rubbed on the shoulder. Oh, where's my foul? He's back to his old ways of complaining about not getting fouls.
And that's when the frustration sets in, and that's when the rest of the team suffers because he's your leader. I mean, regardless if Monte is the guy who, after starting intros, is giving the team their final message, Paul George is the guy everyone's going to look up to because he starts. He's an all-star, and he's an Olympic gold medalist. He has his own shoe. He's on the cover of 2K. I mean, this is the guy.
People follow his example.
Yeah, and you've
even
got
if he's
some new
not
guys
talking.
on this team. Miles Turner is looking up to him. I mean, Miles Turner, the way Miles Turner talks after a game, I know this doesn't mean much when you're on the court, but the way Miles Turner talks off the court is the way I wish PG talked off the court.
Yeah.
About leadership and about just taking accountability. Miles Turner sounds like the 27-year-old 3-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, we knew this upcoming stretch of games was going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, Wizards, Cavs, Spurs, Cavs again, Wizards again before the All-Star break. Thought they could get 1 or 2 wins in there, but hoping they could do a little bit more and show that they finally turned a corner. It's just a shame for them to not show up in a couple of those games where, like the Cavs game we talked about, first quarter is amazing. Okay, maybe they're going to show up on this game and then totally fall apart in the second half. Like, just want some consistency, like you said, Zach. It's very frustrating.
It doesn't carry over. It doesn't. And it didn't carry over in that game. It didn't come over the next. And then it didn't carry over to the Bucks game. This is a game we should have won. Jabari Parker just tore his ACL. Middleton's coming back, so he's going to be rusty. They're a team that's not in the playoff spot. But, yeah, it's another game where you think, oh, the Pacers, if they're really the team they say they are, they should win this game.
That was the one of the stretch that was very winnable.
Yeah.
The Bucks are meh.
To lose by 16 to the Bucks at home on a night where it was sold
90s
out.
night. Everyone's
crowd.
thinking about, the best decade in Pacers history. All those players were there, were reminiscing, feeling good. Played like trash.
That's when you have to have Teague only taking 2 shots, Paul George in and out with foul trouble. And it's funny, Monte Ellis is the person who kind of stood out for them.
2 dunks. I was surprised. He got up.
Yeah.
32-year-old guy can still get up.
He can still play. I mean, that's, we'll talk about maybe some potential Pacers deadline stuff later, but Monte still has it. It's just about, consistency again. This team is inconsistent.
There wasn't a single player who stood out on the Bucks. Like, we weren't getting killed by LeBron or something, but it was a whole team effort.
Just the Giannis dunk.
Giannis stretch man Space Jam
cool.
dunk. Teletovic had like 6 threes again. The perimeter defense.
Terrible.
Glenn Robinson that time.
Rebounding's terrible. Perimeter defense is terrible.
Yeah.
I listened to the radio broadcast on the Spurs game. Excuse me. And Mark Boyle talked about rebounding like I do each week. You can't win if you're getting out-rebounded by more than 10 rebounds a game. That's 10 possessions you're losing.
Absolutely.
And I don't have the stats from these past 4 games, but I would be shocked if we won the rebounding battle in one of them.
The Spurs game is one, though, where I think Zach had the recap. Can you be that mad? That's what. Can you even be that mad? I mean, everyone played. Look at the box score. First of all, if we just hit a couple more free throws, we win that game.
Yeah, at
but
the end there.
CJ and Glenn just didn't show up. I mean, Glenn he can't play 22 minutes and have 0 points and really have no impact on the game because his energy is there. And when he plays, if he plays with the mindset of I'm going to play super hard and whatever happens, that's when he plays well. But it's when he's like, okay, here I'm going to like take my shot or like here I'm going to, really try to make a play. That's when he overthinks, and that's when, he can't really help the team. And then CJ only 5 points. Those 2 guys just play average. We win by 10 against a top Spurs team.
And that's another game without Thad Young.
Yeah.
And that you can see the glaring need we have we've been saying all year we need a perimeter, like a 3-and-D guy, and we need a backup power forward. Yeah. And it's clearly shown with Thad out. And then you got Lavoie Allen being hurt, so now Kevin Seraphin's playing power forward. And
not doing
positions.
too bad, but he's your
it
third
was
option.
clearly evident, especially against the Spurs, he cannot guard the pick and roll perimeter.
No, he's too big.
The bench unit for the Pacers, I think they're the 3rd least efficient and 6th worst in shooting. But it's a horrible bench unit. Like you have inefficient guards. You have Stuckey, Ellis.
Brooks sometimes.
Robinson was playing with them. And then you've got the 2 guys who clog up the lane with Seraphin where you've got Al Jefferson. There's literally nothing going on. Let's literally throw the ball to Al Jefferson. Everybody stay on the perimeter, and if he gets double teamed or something, he might throw it out to you.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not that much fun to watch, and it's obviously not working as well as we hoped. But let's look forward some big themes here. So we talked about the 4-game losing streak. Miles Turner, he hit his only 3-point attempt on Monday, but he hasn't been shooting the ball as well lately.
Yeah.
From 3.
Mark Boyle was talking about that when he started the season. Miles did anyway. So hot from 3. We're thinking, we have this, the new age big man who can play down low end, pull it out. He still has a great stroke for his shot, but it's not falling right now. He's in a little bit of a slump.
I think he'll be okay, but
yeah.
I mean, because the way he shoots
it's bad timing for us.
Yeah,
it's part of the offense as well. That's something I was thinking about at the Pacers game when you've got no Thad Young, Lavoy Allen's out, your benching is stagnant. The offense was kind of stagnant at some points. If Miles Turner truly is your second best player, how come they never play through him?
Yeah,
they never play through Miles Turner.
You tweeted that, right? Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Like it's either Jeff Teague, Monte Ellis, or Paul George.
Yeah.
Or Al Jefferson in the second year.
They never play through Miles Turner. It kills me. If he's truly your future, your second best player, why aren't you feeding him more? I know he had like 20-some points. Maybe
he's a
6
decent
rebounds.
passer. Yeah, put him on the elbow.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't even know if they run their offense through Paul George. It's kind of like they run a high school offense of, like a motion regular offense where the bigs start up and then they screen down and the guards choose which direction they pop out. But there really isn't an offense, focused around one person. I'm not saying that you need to just run an offense through Paul George or Miles Turner, but look at the Warriors. They just constant ball movement. The Warriors have the least percentage amount of pick and rolls per game. It's because all of their stuff is like screen away and cut, or like ball or off ball screen. Different types of screen off the ball and just cutting to the basket. And the Pacers, it's so like every team knows what they're going to do. So then you eliminate, any like coaching advantage you have, and you put it all on the players to make a individual play. It's just frustrating because you could Google their playbook and learn it in 5 minutes. Like I don't even think teams have to scout the Pacers offensively.
We should show the Pacers playbook on the court one of these nights.
We'll do it. No, I'm serious.
Fans.
I'll show you.
There's
exactly,
like 5 of them.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
All their stuff you could just look up on like how to play basketball for dummies. Yellow book.
Didn't before the season McMillan said they're getting rid of all the plays and stuff that Vogel had, and he just wanted guys just to play free, just to play.
I think it looks worse. More traditional.
Yeah.
Like I remember earlier in the season, we were trying to get shots up before in 10 seconds or for the first 14 seconds.
Yeah. That went away.
That went away. We weren't playing that well to start the season, but. Well, we'll go through their offense for a clip on the show because it's just so juvenile and so middle school 6th grade C team. I just can't believe it. That it's just bad. Yeah. Anyways, so the evaluations for I don't know who does it here. Let me see.
Is this
Forbes?
This is Forbes. I think Forbes
franchise
does it. Yeah,
evaluation?
Forbes released their annual evaluations for all NBA teams. The Lakers and the Knicks still
of course
first and second. The Warriors third now, $2.6 billion, and they were sold for $740 million, only 10 years ago. So it's a decent investment.
Yeah.
All right.
But did you guys see where the Paces are at?
No, I haven't read that article.
I've got
yet.
it.
You've got it. Yeah.
Guess.
Well, I have it in front of me.
Oh.
We already cheated.
Yeah,
you know
It's
where
right
they are?
here. It's right here.
Oh, well, all right, never mind.
So out of 30 teams, the Pacers are
24th.
$880 million.
Okay, so right now, so you guys don't have the article pulled up.
Yeah, so who's below us?
Who do you think is below? So give me some guesses. Milwaukee, yeah.
Phoenix.
Nope.
Really?
Oklahoma City.
Nope.
Dang.
Portland.
No.
Dang it.
Detroit.
No.
Oh my God.
We're bad at this.
Charlotte.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Charlotte, Milwaukee.
Okay.
Orlando.
No.
Haven't been good in a while. Oh, come on. Pelicans.
Okay. Yes. They're the least.
Pelicans.
They're the least value team. They are at only $750 million.
Atlanta?
But year over year change of 15%, so they're growing. We're only at 4%. Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh.
I think they're top 10.
Well,
It's
they're
big market.
Big market. Okay.
I'll give you. All right. So cold area.
Minnesota.
Yes, Minnesota's 29.
There's 4.
We're missing 2.
No, you said there's 8, right? No,
Well,
wait,
there's 6. There's 6 below us.
You're
Yeah.
missing 2 more. Trust the process.
Memphis.
Philly.
Philly and
Phillies?
Memphis. Philly and Memphis.
Philly. I'm surprised by
Because they've been
Philly.
bad for so long.
Yeah.
But the year-over-year
Iverson
change
and stuff.
It's only 5%, so 5% growth for the Pacers in year to year, while Philadelphia is 14%, Memphis only 1%, which makes sense. Memphis isn't the most bustling city in America. But Atlanta's actually 23rd, so I thought they were higher.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, interesting stuff there. Doesn't mean anything unless,
You're trying to sell it.
I don't want Simon to look at that.
Mr. Simon, please don't sell.
No,
He
he's
was-
like,
he's-
Larry Bird, let's make a trade so I can get a superstar and get my evaluation over $1 billion.
No, I think the Patriots will be here for a long time. There was a scare a couple years ago. Remember that?
Yes,
there
I
was
do.
there
When
was a
the
big scare.
lease on the building was up.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Were we paying that through our tax dollars?
Yeah.
It's worth it.
We'll do it.
I think we're paying for the
And the Colts too.
Practice center.
practice facility. As
Hey, the
well.
practice center is supposed to be really cool though. Like really, and it's big. It'll draw people, prospects, hopefully. Because right now they only have that small little practice facility area.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but I mean,
It's not gonna be
compared to
anything
this new thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's state of the art.
Oh, yeah.
And Safe Fits and Sports Performance is on the top level, so
Oh yeah.
hopefully they can keep guys here to train during the off
Instead
season.
of going to California.
But still, like Gordon Hayward, Shelvin Mack, a bunch of NBA guys come back here to train the off season. So, if they're a free agent, it's easier to lure them in when they're training at your facility. So,
I like it.
I like it. That'd be
There
fun.
you go.
Okay. Only thing left really is the Wizards on tomorrow night.
Yeah, because the Cavs game's going on right now. Hopefully,
Oh, we have to make a pick though.
You have to
That's
make a
true.
pick. Okay, right now
What's
the Cavaliers are up 42-39 with 8 minutes left.
in the second?
no
in a second.
love out 6 weeks.
No
Who else is out? There's 2 guys out.
J.R. Smith.
JR is out.
Still out till March.
Shumpert's been
They traded
hurt.
Chris Anderson.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah. Pacers, no Lavoy, no Thad. Been sucking lately.
I got Pacers.
Ross?
Maybe Bill Walton gives us some magic.
Isn't
Dick Vitale,
Dick
yeah.
Vitale there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Cavs.
I'm taking the Cavs. Sorry,
I got no
Pacers.
faith.
I got to do something to get
Alex,
my-
you're 2 down on me, and I'm 3 down on Zach. Yeah.
What's the official?
It's not good.
41 and 28,
Did you just show him like he was gonna make
38
the, like
31,
I could see
36 33.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
Tomorrow night, last game before the All-Star break, we are playing at home,
Rematch.
which gives us a chance. The Washington Wizards. Wizards have been on fire lately. I think the third 2.5 games out of the second spot. Bradley Beal, John Wall killed us last week. Could be the same thing.
Beal's probably gonna be named an All-Star here in a day or two because of Kevin Love ruing out.
Porzingis.
No,
Porzingis gonna get that.
They put
They already
Joe-
decided?
No wait. I'm sorry. Who for the Western Conference? Who was the Western Conference player? I got him confused.
Somebody got hurt in the Western Conference.
Somebody got hurt in the West.
Yeah, because Jokic is in now.
Oh,
Jokic
that,
is
you're
in?
thinking Rising Stars
Am I
Oh,
thinking of that?
yeah, you're thinking Rising.
because
Stars.
Embiid is out with the knee,
There we go. I apologize.
so they put Jokic in.
No. First of all, Jokic, that dude is.
He'll be fun. And
He's gonna be an All-Star.
He's already fun.
He's gonna be
yeah.
an All-Star.
But at the East, I think
I think Beal's gonna
Porzingis
get
is
it.
already going to be there for the Rising Stars.
You think they're gonna add him in?
Yeah, if Beal was already there for the 3-point, then maybe they brought him in. But
Isn't
Beal's
Beal in it?
Beal's in
no,
it.
Beal's in the 3-point.
Beal's not in the 3-point
Oh, he's not. He was in it
contest.
last
He
year.
said, "I will not go to the 3-point contest unless I'm an All-Star," and he wasn't an All-Star. Supposedly, he was asked to do the 3-point this year, and he's like, "Nah, because I'm not an All-Star."
I'll take.
Stupid.
I think it's gonna be Beal.
I'm at. All right,
It'd be
well,
cool. They need more Wizards, but
Anyways,
Zingis.
I got the Wizards. I had the Pacers going on a 6-game losing streak going into the All-Star break.
Depressed,
Oh,
man.
I really
I'm taking
wanna-
the Pacers. Taking the Pacers. This is where I'm going to catch up.
But then I'm like,
It's at home
we can't guard Bradley Beal though.
or John
I
Wall.
got Bradley Beal. Banker's Life is a good shooting gym.
Yeah. This might be the wake-up. Maybe tonight. I'm really hoping tonight, if they lose or tomorrow if they lose, we need to do something. We need
Kevin
to make
Durant.
a move.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be nice. That's not going to
I
happen.
want Hollis Thompson.
Oh, goodness. He didn't even listen to our show.
guys-
He does not even listen to our
You
show.
guys,
He doesn't.
you
It's fine.
guys
He-
are honestly
he doesn't
too
watch.
much.
Because, that 15th spot on the roster is very important.
I did though. I do think I do. I do like Robert Covington though.
On the, yeah.
I do like Robert
3-and-D
Covington.
kinda guy?
I liked his idea on
Does
that.
Hollis Thompson actually play for the Sixers?
No,
in
he,
the
he
D-League.
got
He got
cut.
cut by the
Yeah, he got cut by the
Sixers.
Sixers.
That's why.
That's why it's so funny.
Hey, Nate Robinson. He's in the.
No, no, no.
He's on the.
How about-
87ers.
Well, he's just saying. Yeah, he's on the 87ers.
He's on the 87ers.
Thabo
Delaware.
Cephalosha. Give me a 3-and-D guy. Well, mostly D,
He's
not
just
3.
D, man.
I mean, they do. There is. I'd take Covington. I know the Nuggets are pretty much willing to move anybody.
Harris.
Or what about you? I mean,
Barton.
if you could get what's his name, Fareed. There's your rebounder.
We had to give up a lot for free. We'd have to give up like a first round pick and like I don't even know what they would want.
I mean, here's my thing though. If you are in a playoff spot as a Pacer, who gives a crap about your first round pick? If you want you to get out of the lottery or the top 13,
Especially if it's in the 20s.
it's a wasted draft pick. Throw
no
it away.
offense, it's George Niang. So that's what kind of player you're going to get.
No, they're not, I mean they wouldn't want at least a first round.
No, I'm
pick.
just saying it.
Well, I'm just
I'm seeing
saying,
your draft next year. It's going to be another 20
you're
plus.
Make the playoffs, and you think this guy's going to help even more, maybe get a top 4 seed. I say do it. Get rid of that first round pick because it's going to be the 22nd pick in the draft, 20th pick in the draft. Who cares about that pick?
Yeah, what was the Pacers pick this year? They traded the Nets. Who did that end up
19th.
turning into?
Thad Young.
Karis LeVert.
LeVert. That's
That was
right.
a bad
For
pick.
Thad Young. Exactly.
Bad pick. Well, that was just a
I agree
stupid
with you.
pick. I don't know. Anyways, all right. So they've got the All-Star break coming up. Given your thoughts at the beginning of the season compared to now, how do you feel about where the Pacers are at?
If you would have asked me this last week,
Seventh game winning streak. We'd be like
Yeah.
super excited.
Just look at their record right now. What are
Sixth
they?
in the East,
Their
29
situation-
and 26.
29 and 26. Okay. So not very good, but not very bad.
The worst place you can be, I think,
Average.
in the NBA.
At least the East is bad.
First
so they're
round
2.5
loss,
up.
and you're going to get a 20-plus pick
Who
in the
do we
draft.
play right now? The Wizards?
Yeah. Here's the thing,
Six
though.
Wizards,
I did see from that tweet, someone said, if he listens to the show, it's Grant, but I did like his idea of he would rather be the 6th seed than the 4th or 5th seed. Because if you're the 6th seed and you win your series, you don't play Cleveland in the second round.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be 4 or 5.
4 or 5 plays Cleveland.
4 or 5 is the worst spot to be if you're not going to be 1
so
or
if
2.
you're the 6th seed and you move on, you don't play the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round. You play them in the conference finals.
But are we going to get out of the first round against
I know,
the
but
Wizards?
I'm just saying. If you
I know
what
what you're saying.
Spot, I agree with him on that. I thought that was a great point. I agree.
Just mediocrity.
Who's that?
Grant Afseth. Is that?
Afseth?
Am I saying wrong?
I thought it
Afseth?
was SFF.
That's
I'm sorry, Grant. It's
That's
Grant.
Anyways.
You had a great idea. 6th seed
So
is
how,
better than 4th.
so how do I
I'm
feel?
at a point of indifference.
I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah. I think there's a move to be made. I said this first episode of the podcast. I said there's a move to be made with this team. I think it's still going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a big move or
I
not.
was going to say, you think it's a big name?
No, but it'll be just that's another side piece. But I am disappointed that this team hasn't gelled at the way I thought it could, especially with Thad. And I've been disappointed with that. I think I expected too much.
I listened to Pacers Sound, a new podcast that I don't know why I haven't been listening
Boylan
to,
and
but they interviewed Mark Monteith interviewed Donnie Walsh about the 80s and 90s teams and things, and he brought out when the Pacers hired Larry Brown, first year under Larry Brown, they went 2-8 to start. They were like 5-6 games under 500 in January, end of January. Then they went on a 7-game winning streak. So Mark Monteith was like, "Oh, we just went on a 7-game winning streak. We're going to turn it around." His point was it takes time for the new coach and the new things to gel, and I know we've been arguing over this all year. I don't know. I just feel like if this happens again next year, this experiment's not working. We may need to make some larger moves because, like I said earlier, I hate that mediocrity in the middle in the NBA. The 6th seed through 8, 9. Yeah, you're getting a 20-plus pick. You're making the playoffs and losing right away. It's not good unless you're a young team looking to grow.
I agree. The only thing is that as I was talking to Ross earlier during our Periscope live sessions, so look at those before. Look at those on our Twitter feed. But to be a legitimate contender in the NBA, you have to have 2 top 20 players in this day and age. And the only way you can get away with not having 2 top 20 players is to have a team like the Pacers had in 2012, 2014, or like the Pistons had in the early 2000s, where you have 5 guys who can play the best defense in the NBA, and they can go up against even a team as talented as the Lakers then or the Miami Heat when the Pacers played them. If you don't have that team, which we don't have that defensive team anymore, we traded away that defensive team, then you have to get another star.
There's 2 ways
if
to
you
do
want
that.
to be a legitimate contender. But we can do all these things where we can say, well, I don't know if Brooks is working out as a backup point guard. None of that matters if you've got 2 stars.
There's only 2 ways to do that.
At the end of the day.
Draft pick, get in the top 10 or top 15, or
So, I mean,
big trade.
that's what the Pacers are looking at right now. I mean, we can go back and forth on, a stretch 4 would help, or a guy who could guard stretch 4s would help. A 3-and-D guy would help. But at the end of the day, the reality in this NBA is you have to have, I mean, the Warriors have 5 of like the top 30 players in the NBA, for Pete's sake. I mean, it's like
3 of them they drafted.
two of the top 5 best players in the NBA right now.
Zach, we talked about before you came, but what would you think? And I love the guy, and I'd hate for it to actually happen, but Miles Turner, some other stuff for like a Boogie Cousins kind of a. That's because he's a top 10 for sure. I would put him in top 10.
It depends on what you're adding with Miles Turner.
It had to be a first and probably one
Monte.
other.
I'd be fine with Miles, Monte, and a first.
Well, the Kings.
Is it a first? And this is probably getting too much into. Is it a first that's a later round pick, or is it like we're going to be a lottery team this year?
It's our pick. So
it's our pick this
like
year.
Mid-teens.
Yeah.
If it was a pick
19th
this year,
pick,
19th or
15th
20th.
pick. You're not the 15th, 19th pick.
How many more years is Boogie Cousins under contract?
2 or 3, yeah.
I mean, he has the same deal as Paul.
I'd do it.
You would.
I mean,
That's what Alex was saying.
because my argument was Miles Turner, his ceiling is like a great player, but Boogie is a one of a kind. Boogie Cousins at his peak, which I still don't think we've seen it. Last night he had like 40 and 16 and just dominated the Lakers. At his peak, he's the best big man in the NBA, which I think he is right now.
Pacers have shown they can take head cases and make them decent. Lance Stevenson. Yeah. Anybody?
Larry isn't going to deal with your bull crap.
No, I don't know. It'd be the biggest trade this season if that happened.
Oh, yeah.
The last couple years.
Yeah.
I would do it. I mean, I love Miles Turner, but
I know.
Dude, that's the reality you have to face in this NBA. You're either like the Sixers, where you just say we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to suck and like try to acquire the assets.
Years, yeah.
But the Pacers have a superstar, so they can't do that. They have a couple good players around him. They can't.
You can't waste his while you have him.
His
Can't
prime,
waste
yeah.
it.
So you have to make a move. I mean, you just have
That'd
to.
be a ballsy move.
It's
I'd
not
be
going
down.
to happen.
It
It's
would.
not going to happen.
Oh yeah, I'll be daydreaming about tonight, but
Wouldn't that
Oh,
be
well.
crazy? Man.
Anyways, so that was good. So I think overall, we're kind of like this.
We're
in más o menos on
It's
the
not where
Pacers.
we were hoping at the beginning of the season, but it's where
There's still some
they
time
should
here.
be as
And
you
it's
watch.
the East, so who knows? Anything
True.
can happen here. We'll
Come
do
on,
it.
Pacers.
We'll do an emergency podcast / show. If something happens,
If they make that
on the
trade.
deadline. If they make that trade, yes. If they make that trade, we'll do just in a day long.
23rd is the deadline.
podcast.
Got a week.
it's a week from tomorrow.
All right. Well, I think that does it for us. The Pacers right now, I'm going to check the score really quickly. Pacers are down by 2 to the Cavs, so you already know the result here. So I don't know. Maybe give us some.
Cavs
good-
win.
good
Zach and
vibes.
I pick up a win. Just saying.
All right. I think that does it for us. Ross, where can they catch us? Can they catch us on Facebook?
I think they can, and I think Twitter, and I think Instagram. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. Let's see. Also YouTube. Subscribe, tell your friends.
Leave a review.
Tell your
Leave
friends.
a review. We'll keep trying to put the clips up that we're making throughout the week before the games.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting better.
We're getting better. We're adding different content. There's so much stuff we're going to do, and we're just tip of the iceberg, baby.
Nice.
The iceberg, and here's the tip. Just
the tip.
Just the tip. All right. We'll edit that out. Anyways,
No, we won't.
No, we're leaving it in there.
thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Peace.